Merry meet everyone. Happy Virgo Full Moon. This is a beautiful full moon. We began March in beautiful energy, and now we are having a full moon that is going to wake us up to a few things, reveal some of the hidden. But again, this is a beautiful full moon, so please don't lose the beauty of this unfolding. Now, first, for the technical, for what is the technical part of it, I should say. On March the 7th, we will have a Virgo full moon at 7:40 a.m. and this is Eastern time. So you will have to adjust for your time zone. And this is the 6th of the 7th full moons that have been at 16 degrees of the sign that they are in. Now, if you watched my show, I believe it was the Astrotarot show on the 1st of March. I believe that was right. I talked to you about the tarot cards, and I talked to you that the number 16, we break it down. It's the number 7, and it's the Tower Tarot card. And the Tower card is about a crumbling of structures that were. If you look at a tarot card, the Tower, you will see that it is a king and queen jumping out of a tower that is on fire. There's a lightning bolt that hit the top of the crown of the castle and knocked it out. Trying to find the card really quick. Don't know why I didn't. Here we go. So this is a picture of the Tower card. You see that pretty good? I know that light is pretty bright. There we go. See that? And you see how this lightning bolt is just hitting the top here. Blowing off the crown, blowing off a set of beliefs, a set of power, structure. And you'll see there's fire coming out. It's raining fire, and they jumped out. This is about a change that is happening that we can't control. It means that this is happening. The number 7 itself is, they call it a spiritual number, and it is a spiritual number. But it is also, in numerology, 7 is the seeker of truth. And sometimes it doesn't matter the consequences of that truth, that the truth must come out. And as we have this Virgo full moon, and we have it, we have the energy of Sedna in this. This is amplifying that whole essence of letting go of what is not working. This is a shift. We are having a shift in energy, and it's great transformation is happening now. So many of us do feel like the ground is giving away beneath us. It's soft. We're not sure. We don't have sure footing. We are just unsure, distrust, an ending. But see, with that ending, there's a beginning. And Sedna, if you haven't watched my video of Sedna, please do so. She tells us that transformation is the key. That is the key. So Virgo represents purification. And I will say that for this full moon coming up, it's going to be a wonderful time to cleanse, do a self-cleansing. I don't mean just to do your, I need to do me a quick cleanse. No, I mean to cleanse. Go through your closet, go through everything. Because what many do not understand is that when you go through traumatic events and changes and all of these different things that we go through as humans, that leaves imprints on us, and it changes us from who we were. Virgo is known as the virgin, so this is the purity. This is a newness, okay? And she is the maiden. And this is saying it's time to wipe it clean. Virgo is associated with harvest. So cutting free, cutting your bounty free. You could even relate it to gathering up what you need and leaving the rest. We know that we have to understand that change is our only constant. And this full moon is going to be opposite the sun. Every full moon is opposite the sun. But the opposite of Virgo is Pisces. And this is, this is an opposition that's happening, because in Pisces, we're all dreamy, we're in Wonderland, and Virgo needs to know the details. It needs to see the spreadsheet, because it needs to analyze it a little bit first to make sure this is the best, most practical way, the most efficient way to get things done. So yes, it's time to get rid of the clothes, things in your home that just are not who you are anymore. This is a beginning of a transformation, and we've been in this, and we need to understand that as we go through these changing energies, we're not the same person that we was a year ago. So, and people, like, for example, when people go through tragedy, they go through some deep tragedy that gives them life-changing events. You will feel like when you have those instances, you will feel like you have died, because you can't do the same things that you used to do. And it's true, because the person that you were is gone, and now here you are. And it is what you make of this, of this newness, of these changes, that will determine the outcome of your path. It's your choices. Are you going to let it conquer you and become its victim? Or are you going to have a backbone like Sedna teaches us and rise above and be that warrior that we are? It's going to be very important as we are coming up to the spring equinox, not to bring baggage into the future. And people tend to do this a lot in relationships. People will get out of one relationship and then quickly get into another. And then they start having some of the same problems that they had in the past relationship, because they have brought all of that baggage that they had there into that new one. This also goes in life. When people can't get forward, can't move, they feel like they're stuck. Well, they're probably energetically stuck, because there is something that they are not facing to help them get past it. And this full moon will help us do that. With the aid of Sedna coming in, it's really going to allow us to dive deep into those deep waters and find our hidden emotions, find those things that we thought we buried down so deep, but we're going to have to face them. Those things that you do not need in the future, do not bring them with you. Leave them. Leave them for someone else. Let them be treasures for others. You know, the homes that I've lived in, I've owned, the house here we bought, and the house that we used to live in before we moved down here, we bought as well. But we worked on making it as beautiful as we can, because even though if we don't plan on staying there, we are going to make sure that it's beautiful for the next person to enjoy. So you see, you understand this cycle that's happening. It is continuous. Full moons are a culmination. They are, this is the moon at its height. So it is the endings and its closures. So Virgo is asking us, how can I be of practical service to you? Virgo is the healers. They are the ones that are in service to others. Many Virgos are doctors and nurses. Many Virgos will go into some sort of healing path. So Pisces, whereas Virgo is of practical service, Pisces is of spiritual service. So we have both of these aspects working, and how can I be of best service to all practically, you know, in a practical way as well as a spiritual way. The Virgo and Pisces axis, because they're opposites, this is an axis. So this is about health. Pisces is about the blood and the immune system, and Virgo is about gut digestion and nutrition. So this full moon is calling to us to get the body moving healthfully, to get it working properly, and get it in balance as it should be. Eat those good foods, and make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure you're, you know, getting the nutrients that you need. Virgo represents the ancient wisdom keepers of the earth, such as herbs and plants and the minerals, even the stones that are there. I mean, I know this is Virgo is more about harvest, but it's that, it's all of that. It's the stuff that nurture us and keeps us. Also, Virgo represents natural remedies and using the natural herbs and remedies and things like that to heal us of our ailments. So I feel like that this time is really highlighted by that. And I feel that we are, in fact, moving, as Saturn moves into Aquarius, this is science coming into spirituality. I do feel like we are going to start joining them back together and having more of an advancement in holistic healing. I do feel that going on. Again, Virgo is asking us that we need to do a deep clean. We need to really look at our world, or look at our immediate environment. Are the things that are around you, are they supporting you? Are they practical, or are they just too exuberant? Are they just too much? I mean, just because you have stuff doesn't mean you have to have it. If you're not using it and you haven't used it in years, why not give it to somebody or donate it to a charity, anything that can use it. The Virgo personality is very confident, and they have a big drive for success, which can be their detriment. They are iron-willed, okay? Again, which can be their detriment, because that leads to perfectionism. It leads to being hypercritical, overanalyzing, on and on. But Virgos are very aware and conscious of their environment. And here we're being asked to do that, to really pay attention to our environment. This is a real call about, it's like a wake-up call. And I feel like it's... this is almost like a calling that it's time to wipe the sleep from our eyes and wash our face off and really see what is going on. We have to be careful too of this energy of not getting lost in the details. You've heard the saying, the devil is in the details, and this is very true. This is both good and bad. the devil in the details, you can get lost in that. Then you lose your way. So Virgo, like I said, is the sign of the healer. They use their intimate connection with nature to help them do this healthfully. Virgos are really connected to nature. If, you know, those that seem distant and whatnot, many times get them out there on earth. Virgo is an earth sign. It's a mutable earth sign. Get out there in nature. Virgo seeks to know and to understand. So this is what will be highlighted for this full moon, about understanding what's going on and what's happening. Why is this happening? Again, we can't judge the book by its cover. We have to dig deep and see. We can't look at the symptoms. We have to look at the cause of what is going on. The symbol for Virgo is the Harvest Maiden. She represents the virgin, the pure and untouched. She's usually pictured as an earth maiden with bundles of wheat in her hands. And she knows all the pieces of the puzzle. She knows how all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. Remember, Virgo is about details. So this symbol, this harvest goddess, this maiden, I should say, she knows how all of this works. Because that's what she seeks, is to understand and know. When you understand and you know, you are better able to work with it. You are better able to, as Virgo, mutable, you are able to adapt and to overcome, to accept the challenge. She understands natural law. And that is one thing that we have to get back to, is natural law. There was, I want to see, I talked about one of the dwarf planets, Orcus. I'm trying to find that information, and I may not have it right here with me. But Orcus is, here you go. I found it. The dwarf planet Orculus will be at 14 degrees of Virgo, and he will conjunct this full moon, meaning he will be right there with it, within the degrees of the full moon. So this is, Orculus is an Etruscan god of the underworld who punishes oath breakers, those who violated the sacred law and divine order. So this is really huge energy for this full moon as it's coming about. Orculus has a 247-year orbit. So he will take those who were the oath breakers, those who violated the sacred law and divine order. He takes them to the underworld, where they face retribution. They face the truth of what they did. Reflection. This is divine justice. And this is a place where we recognize our mistakes and face the truth. So, which is good, because as we're having this full moon in Virgo, our next full moon will be in Libra, which is justice and law. So that is some really interesting energy that's happening. There's so much, as this full moon is alone in Virgo. It is there's something else that we're needing to pay attention to. And Virgo is very responsible. So we should also, they like to success. So also maybe check in on your goals. What are you working for? What are you going after? Are you going, you know, Virgo wants us to organize and to manage, and it realizes that new processes need to come in play that are more practical. And it's connecting the mind and the body. So this is about self-improvement. So we could be, it's taking us into this place of what is working in our life and what is not working. Now, let's see here. There's so much I want to say about this Virgo full moon, because there's so much to deliver, and I don't want to keep you on here forever listening to everything, but the ruler, I want to go in and to look at the polarity of Virgo. Its polarity, its opposite is Pisces. The ruler of Virgo is a Mercury in Chiron. And Chiron is very interesting. I did a story on Chiron, and it's on my Spotify on Inner Wisdoms. You should go check that out. I'll leave the link for you. Chiron is it represents our descent from light consciousness to the physical realm and back. The story of Chiron is very interesting. And if you haven't watched that, again, I urge you to do so. It's really, really good. So this represents the digestive system, the immune system. Virgo is associated with the health of the body. It is able to, is looking at the body. Is it able to flow and to move as it needs to do in practical ways? Also looking at nutrition. Are you giving it the correct nutrition? Are you feeding it properly? Are you giving your body what it needs to thrive and to keep going? How about your surrounding, your environment? Virgo is very conscious. So is your environment supporting you? How about people you associate with? Do they support you? What I always say is that when you look at your circle of people in your life, if they're not your cheerleader, if they cannot show up to be your cheerleader, then just don't have them showing up anymore. When someone is giving you corrective criticism, that's one thing, okay? It's one thing to say, you know, maybe try to do this. I know you were doing this. Maybe try to do this. But it's a different way of saying, you know what, I just don't like your hair, and I just don't like your clothes, and, you know, whatever. That's a judgment, okay? And that's more into, that's petty stuff. But corrective, you know, when we're having this good criticism that will help us grow and to do better, that's somebody being our cheerleader. You know, that's somebody saying, hey, honey, you know, you tucked your skirt in the back of your pantyhose, you know. That's when you go up and do that. You shouldn't have to be somebody's friend to do that. You should do that. If you see that, you should just do that. That's, you know, wow. But Virgo knows how it's supposed to work, and how, not just how it's supposed to work, but how it's supposed to work to perfection. And that is a true gift of Virgo. Virgos need to feel safe. It's hard to allow nervous systems to calm down, because they're kind of, they can be always on. They have to feel safe. They have to, when they get into their detriment, that goes into OCD, as the OCD stuff, and everything has to be in a certain way and so forth. So when they're feeling safe, they're able to calm down and they're able to rest. But that is their ultimate part, is they need to, especially in their home, that needs to be their safe space. They are great organizers. So this is great organizing energy. Again, I will say this energy, it's a good moon to start cleaning out your house, clean out your wardrobe. We do have spring coming, so it is a good time for that cleaning out, as well as cleaning your energy up, making sure your chakras are working good, making sure you're cleaning all of the energy and whatnot. This is going to be practical. It's all about being practical and efficient. And, you know, although due to their pickiness and their criticalness, they can be the butt of many jokes, but Virgos, ultimately, they mean well. Now, an interesting thing I found out about Virgo is that the Virgo constellation originates from Babylon, and it was associated with their goddess of grain, Shala. And Shala ruled over fertility and the harvest. And the Shala, the goddess Shala, carried over into Greek mythology with the goddess Demeter. And her rulership was the bounty of the earth and harvest. Virgo is also connected to Ceres, the Roman goddess, the ruler of agriculture. Virgo season is still associated with planting and harvest in the northern hemisphere. Virgo season is the end of summer. It's the heat giving way to the colder months to come. And in the southern hemisphere, it is different. So you see with this full moon that we're having, it is one of great healing. It is one that of us to really come to terms with taking better care of ourselves and understanding that we are humans here. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we need to pay attention to the physicalness, to our environments. If we really want to heal, then we have to do those things to heal. We have to make the sacrifice that we need to make in order to accomplish what we want to accomplish. So I ask you to set with this full moon. If you can, go out and set with this full moon. And imagine this pure light, this pure silver light of the moon, just filling your body with that pure energy, that cleansing energy. And for the physical part, you can actually cleanse yourself, your house, everything. You know, if it's not needed, it's time to get rid of it. Okay? If it doesn't serve you in a practical and efficient way, it's time to go. Someone else can need it. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Blessed full moon in Virgo, and I will see you next time. Merry part till we merry meet again.